Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro, friends. Before we get started today, I just wanted to announce that we have just put up our next workshop for Map It Forward. It is a webinar and it is called Barista and Beyond, Mapping a Successful 10-Year Career in the Coffee Industry. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it, but just let you know that it costs $79 for a ticket. But if you go for the early bird tickets that are available until the 15th of May, the tickets are $53 through Eventbrite. So go ahead and check it out. This is going to be a fantastic. I'm excited for all of our workshops, but this one is the one I've been excited for the most. Guaranteed you're going to leave this workshop super excited about your future career, and you're going to feel empowered in creating that future career, which is heavily tied to what we're going to talk about today on the Daily Coffee Pro. Maintaining your mental health in a stressful work environment. Now, I have spoken about this before on the Daily Coffee Pro. I am somebody who has lived with anxiety and depression my whole life. I am what you'd call a high functioning person that lives with anxiety particularly, and I am not medicated. I have never been on medication and refuse to go on medication. I am somebody who has used that anxiety as a guide for me throughout my life, and I use it to teach me when I'm doing the hard things. And you learn to understand where your mental health sits when you're able to experience it. Now, I'm not judging anybody who does take medication. I think that in some instances it is absolutely necessary. And if that's what you need, then that's what you need. And I'm not here to judge anybody. Like I've said in the past, you do you, boo. But all of us deal with mental health or stressful situations at work, and some of us are able to deal with them better than others. I'm somebody who my anxiety is triggered very quickly and very easily, and I've had to learn coping mechanisms to do that. And of course, in the cafe environment, everything is, especially if you're doing proper high volume, everything is very stressful, on demand right now. There's a lot of pressure on you, and sure, we are not saving lives with what we do, but we have people that depend on us, and the last thing we want to do is let other people down. And for me, that's a source of anxiety for me. If ever I feel like I'm letting other people down, I start to get very anxious. And I noticed that this was becoming a real put me in a hole kind of a situation every time it was happening, and needed to build mechanisms to maintain my own mental health. And it's taken me years, and I'm nowhere even close to living anxiety free, but I at least now feel like I've got to the point in my life through a ton of work on myself. I'm sure you've figured out by now, I'm a deep, deep thinker, and the things I think about a lot are human relationships, human interactions. I'm very introverted and think about this stuff a lot because, yes, I want to think about this stuff for you guys, but more than anything, I want to think about it so that I am mentally healthy all the time. I'm running 2 businesses. I feel like I get fucked over by an astronomical amount of people that I want that to stop happening. And when those things happen, it's hard to make sure that those things don't bury you, in the questions of why does this happen to me? And what am I doing that makes me so susceptible to this stuff? It was difficult to transition from that thinking into a place where, well, you've put yourself in this position, Lee. You've placed yourself in a high stress situation by running 2 businesses that are innovative, and you don't just do the simple shit. Like, I am doing high stress stuff. I push myself to the brink, and I've had to come to terms with that and decide that if I am going to do this and enjoy it and build my life currencies and build wealth in my life currencies, then I'm going to have to put in place some mechanisms, because I can't control the triggers of the stress, much like you can't control the triggers of the stress in the roastery or in the warehouse or in the cafe or in a sales situation. You know, people saying no to you in sales all the time. It's a stress trigger. But you can control the way that you react to that stress trigger. And controlling how you react to that is a fundamental part of knowing, of maintaining your mental health. Tomorrow on the podcast, we've got Jamie Berry, Dr. Jamie Berry. He is a psychologist. I've been having conversations with Jamie since we were 10. And, you know, he and I talk about this stuff all the time. And there is a lot of shit out there that people feel that they're not in control of. And we're going to talk about it at length on the podcast tomorrow. So make sure you tune into that. But for today, for the Daily Coffee Pro, I want to take a look at what are some of those mechanisms that we can use to give us a better opportunity at maintaining some version of being mentally healthy when we are stressed. And those stresses can be so many different things, and nobody can judge whether that stress is sufficient for you or not. Whether you're being, you know, those, excuse me, people will say like, come on, toughen up, do what you need to do. Nobody knows your story. Nobody knows your story. It's not in anybody else's interest for you to toughen up. If you are going to toughen up, you need to toughen up for you. You need to learn how to deal with these stressful things for you so that it doesn't put you in a hole. So for me, I have a list that I work to every day. For those environmentalists watching saying, I can't believe she's writing on paper, I write on scrap paper. This is the back of, you know, scrap paper. So it's the way I do things. I have found that I am somebody who likes some structure, but not too much structure. And having some structure is helpful to managing my anxiety and my, you know, hopefully not depression, but keeps me from becoming depressed. And so every morning I sit with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or elixir, and I sit on my balcony and I write a to-do list for the day. And that morning ritual for me feels like I am mapping out visually how this day is going to go. And when I do that, there are now, I started this year and it's really helping, there are things that I put on that list that I must do that are directly related to my mental health every day. And they are 5 things that I do at separate times every day. And they are that I must laugh every day, I must sing every day, I must dance every day, I must breathe, take some deliberate breathing time every day, and I must go on a gratitude walk every day that's in the sun. Because vitamin D is very important to maintaining a healthy mind. It's very important. So 10 minutes with your arms and your legs exposed to the sun every day is great for your mental health. It's great for your physical health, and it's important for your circadian rhythm, which is the rhythm that keeps your body understanding when you should sleep or not. Those 5 things are important to me because I'm so in my head all the time. And I feel that I cop it from a million different angles with people having opinions about what I do and, you know, how I'm running my business and just people around that need me to know that they exist. Forcing myself to watch some sort of comedy every day stops me from being so serious. It stops me from, it gives me a chance to escape and laugh. Like I'm not allowed to stop searching for a comedy video until I find one that makes me laugh to the point of almost tears. And it's super good for me. It's really therapeutic. I sing every day because it's a physical release and I'm a singer. So, it gives me the opportunity to get connected back with that vibration that's important to me. I dance because it's another way of just doing stupid shit that, that just gets me out of my head. It really gets me out of my head. And when I was working on bar, singing and dancing at the end of a stressful day while we were closing was so helpful to shaking off the day. We typically put on the Black Album by Jay-Z and just go fucking nuts. It was awesome. And everyone, or pick a song that's like super popular that everybody knows, and you start singing and then everybody else starts singing, and of course a customer comes and knocks on the door even though all the chairs are up on the tables, and like, oh my God, are you guys closed? If you haven't found a way to depressurize by that point, you'll be like, fuck this person. But if you have found a way to, ritualistically at the end of the day, the doors close, you then turn on some music loud that everyone can sing to, then it's a way that everyone gets into this rhythm of, oh, this is what's going to happen now. I breathe for meditative reasons. I do 10 breaths with some sage. I blow on some burning sage, and kind of it's a way I force myself to make sure that I'm spending some time with attention on my breath, which has great physiological repercussions as well. And then I go for a gratitude walk. Now, gratitude is the most important thing that anyone that suffers from mental health issues can spend time doing. And even if it's just finding the stupid little shit to be grateful for. Like, I'm grateful that I got to taste this specific coffee, or I'm grateful for the weather. I'm grateful that I was able to stop that fuck up before it became a big fuck up. I go for a 45-minute walk, and at least 15 minutes of that is me talking to myself out loud, because your brain reacts to words different when it hears them outside of your mind than it does in your mind. So say these gratitude words out loud as a whisper if you want, but it's really important that you do it in just 15 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. Go for a walk and just say, so today I'm grateful for the fact that I did this, that I'm going for a walk. I'm grateful for the really delicious elixir that I tasted. I'm grateful that I was able to have 5 minutes to just read that article I was wanting to read. I'm grateful that I saw that person. I'm grateful that I have friends that give a fuck about me. Now, what this does is it gives you a balance to all the negative, stressful things that are happening during your work day. Someone treated you like shit at work. You don't know why they did it. Come back to center with this gratitude walk business. It can also set you up for a really great day by coming from a place of gratitude. The things that you experience that are stressful through your day have already started from a position of, yeah, but you know what? I've got my health, and I've got the opportunity to work at a place that I've chosen to work at, and I got to see some amazing customers. All of these things are statements of gratitude. And what I want to invite you to do is start creating a list of things that don't have to be the same things as what I've done. Find some things that are important to you. For you, it might be smoking a cigar every day. It might be taking a hit off a joint every day. It might be shooting hoops every day. It might be who knows what. try and find a few things that when you experience anxiety through the day, you're like, oh, I know that feeling. I need to go and find one of the things that I've got on my list and do that right now. So if I need to go and find a video that's going to make me laugh so that I can balance out that anxiety and stress I've been experiencing. If I'm at work and shit's been really stressful and I need to snap myself out of it, I'm going to take my phone and my headphones into the restroom. I'm going to put a song on for 35 seconds and I'm going to dance it out. These are all strategies that you can have to being very proactive in shifting your mental health when you're working in stressful environments. And I really hope that helps. I really enjoy stepping into my vulnerability and talking to you guys about this stuff. It's not always easy to admit that we're not all superheroes, but we suffer from an extraordinary amount of mental health issues in our industry, and I want it to be more than okay to talk about this stuff. I want it to be far less stigmatized than it is. So comment below wherever you're listening to this, whether it be on Stitcher or Google Play or iTunes, here on YouTube. If you're watching the video, wherever it is that you're listening to this, or on our social media, we do a post every day that's related to the topic that we're talking about on the Daily Coffee Pro. So go and hit us up with some ideas that you've got, and the community may be able to take from your ideas and see those as things that they may be able to implement in their journey towards having better mental health and maintaining really high grade mental health through the stress that they're experiencing at work. On that note, peace, love, and peanut butter, guys. Don't forget to check out the event that we've got up on mapitforward.org/events. Peace out.